The numbers action on the government shutdown as we come back. We talk about these delays, more and more delays because of more and more shortages, staff shortages. So total number here, 639 at last check. That's the delay since 9 o'clock this morning from FlightAware. They call it the misery map for good reason. So that's their number on that. It's cancellations at 7 so far, a bit better than previous days, but still up there. National Air Traffic Controllers Association, union that represents 13,000 air traffic controllers this week, instructing members to keep working during the shutdown. But the problem, we saw this in the last shutdown, is you get a lot of people calling out sick. 53% of delays are caused by understaffing. That's from the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy. Now, this was a normal situation. It would only be like 5% of delays caused by staffing shortages. So that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. No slowdown really in actual travel by the numbers. 2.4 people screened at airport security checkpoints yesterday by the TSA agents who are not going to be paid if the shutdown continues, 15% higher than we've seen year to date. So that's your by the numbers on the situation. Let's get to the airport now. NewsNation's Jessica Kartalija is live at Newark Airport in New Jersey. What's the latest from there, Jess?
Well, I have another number for you, Connell. If you are planning on heading to the airport, you are 10% more likely to be delayed on your outbound flight. So some travelers are already just saying forget it and canceling their flights altogether. But this isn't just a headache for travelers, of course. It's affecting our economy as well. The losses to the travel economy are constantly updating. We're talking about $1 billion every week that the shutdown continues. That number just keeps growing. Every week that the shutdown continues, another billion is just going to keep adding up. Airlines losing revenue through ticket sales during what is typically considered the height of the commuter travel season. The shutdown really stress on staffing starting to show in all the data, with Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy saying that staff-related delays account for about 53% of all of those delays. Add in weather on top of that, we've seen that impact. You're looking at that number right now on your screen. That is a live number of just how much this is costing people here in the U.S. Nashville having issues. Here in Newark, we're seeing some issues. Washington, D.C. also. The CEO of the U.S. Travel Association, which is a nonprofit that represents the travel industry, saying today the shutdown is doing real, irreversible damage. Travelers are facing longer TSA lines and flight delays, and airports are having to reduce flights. We've seen entire control towers going dark. So the longer that this drags on, the worse the cascade of damage will be for communities, small businesses, and for the country. Congress needs to act now and reopen the government. Connell, already this week, you touched on this when you sent it out to me. We have seen 14,000 delays, 300 cancellations. So the good news today, just 7 cancellations, as you said, but we are seeing those delays. We've been checking the board right here behind me. Those delays are adding up here in Newark.
All right, Jessica. Jessica Kartalija is out there at Newark Airport. Back to breaking news in the Middle East right now. If you were with us a few minutes ago, you may have seen some of those flashes on the screen as we were showing this shot. We still don't know for sure what those were, but we do know this. The IDF says that a short while ago, they struck a Hamas terrorist cell in the northern part of the Gaza Strip that they say was operating in close proximity to Israeli troops, and they say it posed an immediate threat to the troops operating in the area. That's just in from the IDF, striking a Hamas terrorist cell in the northern part of the Gaza Strip, just as we saw those pictures as Robert Sherman was reporting from Tel Aviv. All right, we'll stay on it as the news breaks all over the world, including in the Middle East, hoping for the best for that deal that's been announced in phase 1. We also have some financial news and comments. You know, the head of America's biggest bank, guy by the name of Jamie Dimon, he has a warning about the financial markets. So keep it here. We'll tell you about that when NewsNation Now continues. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.